Evening viewer, welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here is a most breaking news. Yes, the future looks bleak for war Ukraine. It is the beset of shortages in soldier and ammunition, as well as doubts about the supply of Western aid. Ukrainian forces also face a Russian enemy that has recently seized the initiative on the battlefield. 2 years after Russia's full-scale invasion captured nearly a quarter of the country, the stakes could not be higher for Kyiv after a string of victories in the first year of the year. Fortunes have turned for the Ukrainian military, which is dug in, outgunned and outnumbered against a more powerful opponent. As the war enters its third year, here is a look at the situation on the ground, the challenges ahead and some of the potential consequences if Ukraine does not acquire the people, ammunition and assistance it needs to sustain the fight. Trumps have turned to attrition for Ukraine along the snaking front line in the country's east, with Russia gaining advantages, shortages mounting and a major military shakeup still fresh. Questions abound about whether Kyiv can keep going as things stand. Neither side has won, neither side has lost, neither side is anywhere near giving up, and both sides have pretty much exhausted the manpower and equipment that they started the war with. Richard Barons, a British military officer who is chair of the defense consultancy, Ukraine suffered setbacks after the much anticipated summer counter-offensive failed to produce any breakthroughs. The armed forces switches to a defensive postures in the fall to repel new advances from Moscow. On February 17, Russian forces took control of the embattled city of Avdiivka, where Kyiv's troops were under constant fire with Russians approaching from three directions. Ukrainian commanders had complained for weeks of personnel and ammunition shortages. It was the biggest battlefield victory for Russia since the fight for Bakhmut, and it confirmed that Moscow's offensive was gaining steam. Away from the battlefield, Ukraine has proven successful in the Black Sea, where it has used long-range weapons to strike military installations in Crimea and maritime drones to sink Russian warships. Ukraine has disabled a third of the Black Sea fleet according to the Atlantic Council. Ukraine is looking to acquire more long-range missiles to strike deep into Russian-occupied territory, a move that some European countries fear may spark escalation from Moscow. Both Russia and Ukraine have sought to keep casualty figures under wraps. Few details about Ukrainian military deaths have emerged since the full-scale invasion began in 2022. But it is clear that tens of thousands of Ukrainian civilians have been killed. In 2023, the first independent statistical analysis of Russia's war dead concluded that nearly 50,000 Russian men had died in the war. Two independent Russian media outlets, Mediazona and Meduza, worked with the data scientists from Germany's Tübingen University to analyze Russian government data. Behind the report, Glory Globe TV.